So, after my first review of the CrazE Wing, I get a note from its designer, Mr. Gary Wright. In his note he writes, "You half-witted hack. You can get the CrazE Wing to fly much better than that. Learn how to fly, you green-blooded, inhuman..." Well, you get the point. The first recommendation from Gary was to drastically increase the control throws. To do that requires a much longer servo control horns like these from Dubro. Comparing the stock horns with the aftermarket ones, you can see that they are significantly longer. It's a little tight, but the new horns fit without any modifications. Holy cow, is that a big difference. I'm starting to think Gary may be off his meds. So put everything back together and use the outermost holes on the horns. Yes, you heard that correctly. Hey, I'm just following instructions. On high rates, you can see the control movement is so much it almost hits the fins. Per Gary's advice, I dialed in some exponential. By some, I mean a lot. Like 80%. I've never had a model that needed 80% expo. But I think I'll make an exception in this case. Okay, I can do this. I just need to prepare myself. Now, the moment of truth. Just to be safe, I started off in low rates. With some slight trim adjustments, it wasn't too bad. So I tried a few basic maneuvers to warm myself up. Should I roll? And up. All right, enough of that. I reached a point of running out of excuses, so I cautiously switched to high rates. Let's go high rates. No pain, no gain. Whoo! Oh! I still had control. Mostly. It's really sensitive. Up. Though Jeff the cameraman was having a little trouble following me.
At least a second before you're going to do it.
Oh, sorry. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. Super roll rate. It's hard to tell on the video, but the rolls are mostly a blur in person. I was actually surprised I stopped anywhere near the upright position.
Can't see it.
Now? Loops were also noticeably tighter. Gonna do a loop. Whee! Another loop. I eventually had to admit, I was having a really good time. That is gobs of fun. I mean a really good time. I could turn on a dime and still have change. Up. Over. Yeah! Another thing I was told to try was holding full up elevator while in a deep stall. I got it. Power off. And hold up. There we go. This is full up elevator. Look at that. Kind of a little fugoid thing going on. Fascinating, Captain. At that point, my flight timer was going off, so it was time to bring her in and prepare for the next upgrade. But I couldn't resist trying one more thing. Got it. All right, full up. And we're just gonna hold the up elevator. Look at that, right into the wind. I'm gonna keep it up. Look at that, full up. Whee! Right to landing. With winds averaging around 8 miles per hour, it was time to get a baseline speed with a standard 8x8 APC electric prop. Setting up for the speed pass, we ran a couple of passes with the radar. where we consistently got around 58 miles per hour upwind. Satisfied with our measurements, it was back to the pits to change the prop.
Upgrades.
So the last of Gary's recommendations was to change the 8x8 prop with something more unusual. An APC 8x10 glow prop. Yes, a prop with more pitch than diameter. Alright, we have now the 810 APC prop. I hope I'm ready for this. Launching the CrazE Wing with the 8x10 prop is a little sluggish at first, but it quickly accelerates after a few dozen feet. Without delay, I ran a series of speed runs. And boy, was she fast. So how much faster? Almost 20 miles per hour faster. A surprisingly big difference. Now we're cooking with oil. With these changes, the CrazE Wing really was crazy.
Wow, I'm really glad Gary told me about these performance enhancements. It turns an already great flying plane into something that's even more fun and even more greater. Going to the 810 prop and extra long servo arms on the control horns really has juiced up this plane. It was already a great flying plane. I had no problems with it, but these little tweaks have really pumped my adrenaline up flying this thing. The rolls are even faster, and with the 810 prop, it went from crazy speed to ludicrous speed. The roll rates are just absolutely fantastic. I couldn't ask for any more on the roll rate. Any more, and anytime I roll it, it'll just come out in a random spot. So it's about as much as I can handle. As you can see, very aerobatic. The neat little things you can do with the high rates, even at slow speeds, it's really turned this plane. It was already a fantastic flying plane. It's something even more fun. And if you think you're up for it, you're going to need a lot of exponential. I think I was up to like 80% exponential on the high rates. At first it sounds ludicrous, but you're really going to need them. Even with the extra exponential, it's still a little bit on the twitchy side. So this is not for the faint of heart. But if you want to give it a try, I highly recommend it, and you will not be disappointed. Ludicrous speed. Yeah, ludicrous speed. Yes.